LMIA expiring soon? The 6-month validity rule explained. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. Today, we're diving into an urgent update for anyone working in Canada or planning to come here on a Labour Market Impact Assessment, or LMIA. As of May 1, 2024, Canada shortened the LMIA validity period to just 6 months, creating a new level of urgency for both employers and foreign workers. We'll cover exactly what this change means, how it impacts your work permit application process, and why getting your timing right is more critical than ever. Make sure to watch until the end, because we'll be sharing practical strategies to help you make the most of your LMIA before it expires. From key deadlines to tips on speeding up your application, you won't want to miss these valuable insights. If you find this information helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're always updated with the latest immigration news and tips for Canada. Let's get started. If you're working in Canada on a Labour Market Impact Assessment, or LMIA, you've probably heard about the recent changes affecting its validity. The shift to a 6-month validity rule, effective since May 1, 2024, is a major development for anyone currently relying on an LMIA or planning to apply for one. What does this change mean? You now have only 6 months from the LMIA issuance date to use that LMIA for your work permit or application process. An LMIA is an official document issued by Employment and Social Development Canada that allows Canadian employers to hire foreign workers for roles that can't be filled by the local workforce. With this shorter validity period, employers and applicants must be more strategic with their timing, applications, and renewal options. If the LMIA expires before it's used, you could be starting from scratch, which has serious implications for thousands of workers who've already put time and effort into the application process. Why the new LMIA validity period? So, why did Canada decide to shorten the LMIA validity period to just 6 months? The Canadian government's change is designed to keep pace with evolving labour market demands. Here's what's behind it. Encouraging swift action. A shorter validity period prompts employers to act quickly on their hiring needs, preventing unnecessary delays. Preventing stockpiling. Shortening the LMIA validity limits the stockpiling of unused LMIAs, which could otherwise block employment opportunities for Canadian workers. Responding to high demand. With demand for LMIAs on the rise, this shorter validity period helps Canada's immigration system stay agile and responsive to the current job market. For workers, though, this change means there's less flexibility. 6 months can pass quickly, especially with the steps involved in the work permit application process. The 6-month validity period begins on the date of issuance, so it's crucial to act promptly. If your LMIA expires before you've received an invitation to apply or before your work permit application is complete, things can get complicated. The value of legal assistance. Why consider immigration consultants early? With these changes, many applicants and employers are turning to immigration consultants or lawyers to help manage application timelines effectively. Legal experts familiar with the new rules can offer current advice on using your LMIA efficiently within the 6-month timeframe. Personalized guidance on meeting deadlines and ensuring compliance with requirements. Monitoring each stage of your application to help you avoid missed deadlines. Although working with a consultant is optional, it's highly recommended for anyone wanting a smooth, risk-free process. LMIA expiration and its impact on your work permit application. So, what happens if your LMIA expires? Under the new rule, once an LMIA is issued, the employer has exactly 6 months to use it. If it expires, it is no longer valid for any applications, and you'll need to reapply for a new one. Critical deadline. Once the LMIA is issued, submit your work permit application promptly, since any delay risks overlapping with the LMIA's expiration. The processing time for work permits can be several months, but it's essential that the application is submitted while the LMIA is still valid. As long as the work permit application is in process within the 6-month LMIA window, you're covered, but extensions beyond this original period aren't granted. Missing the expiration deadline means reapplying, which can affect your immigration pathway and potentially delay your plans to work and settle in Canada. Preparing for the 6-month LMIA validity period. What employers need to know. For employers, this change means the hiring process needs to move faster. Once an LMIA is approved, it's crucial to start the work permit application for the worker promptly to avoid delays. Potential delays. LMIA processing times can vary widely, from a few weeks to several months depending on the job category and location. Employers need to account for these potential delays in their hiring timelines. Here's how employers can avoid pitfalls. 1. Coordinate your team. Ensure human resources or immigration teams are prepared to process and use the LMIA efficiently. 2. Plan for the 6-month timeline. Integrate this timeline into your overall hiring strategy to avoid the risk of expiration. 3. Move quickly. Employers can avoid reapplying by starting the LMIA process as early as possible. Taking these steps can help employers avoid unnecessary reapplication costs and delays. LMIA processing times. Why timing matters more than ever. One of the biggest challenges with LMIAs is that processing times can vary based on job category, location, and demand. For instance, high-demand roles in healthcare or skilled trades may be processed faster than other positions. Despite attempts to streamline LMIA processing, it still takes several weeks or months. For anyone applying for a work permit or permanent residency through an LMIA, it's essential to navigate these unpredictable timelines carefully. Tip: frequently check the latest processing times, and consult professionals if necessary. Processing times aren't guaranteed, so staying informed can make a big difference. Strategies for maximizing your LMIA before it expires. Thanks for staying with us this far. Now, let's dive into the best strategies to make the most of your LMIA and avoid expiration issues. 1. Start early. Begin the LMIA process as early as possible to increase your chances of using it before it expires. 2. Track key dates. Set reminders for critical deadlines and expiration dates using digital tools or consult an immigration professional for extra support. 3. Submit applications promptly. Once your LMIA is approved, don't wait, submit your work permit application as soon as possible. 4. Follow up regularly. Regularly check your application status, especially if you've applied through the Temporary Foreign Worker Program. 5. Use immigration consultants. They can help you manage timing, required documentation, and set reminders to avoid potential missteps. 6. Look into expedited processing. For some high-demand roles, expedited processing may be an option. Check if you qualify for priority processing to avoid unnecessary delays. When to apply for a new LMIA. If you're nearing the end of your LMIA's 6-month period and your application isn't complete, here's what you need to know. Renewal option. Employers can reapply for an LMIA if the current one is close to expiring, but this requires the entire application process, including fees and justifications. Apply early if needed. If the current LMIA is nearing expiration, starting a new application early is often a better option than risking an expired LMIA. It's always safer to start a new LMIA application early if there's any chance you won't be able to use the original before it expires. Can expired LMIAs be used? The final verdict. A common question is whether an expired LMIA can still support an application. Unfortunately, the answer is no. Once expired, an LMIA is no longer valid for any work permit or immigration application. You'll have to apply for a new LMIA to move forward. This reality underscores the importance of planning and timing. Missing the LMIA expiration date means restarting the process, which can be both costly and time-consuming. To sum up, the 6-month LMIA validity period, effective since May 1, 2024, adds a new level of urgency for anyone relying on an LMIA to support a work permit or permanent residency in Canada. Both applicants and employers must time each step carefully, from obtaining the LMIA to submitting the work permit application. Stay organized. Track dates closely and remember the 6-month countdown from issuance. Consult professionals if needed. Immigration consultants offer invaluable help in managing deadlines and preventing costly mistakes. With a clear understanding of this 6-month rule, you'll be better prepared to avoid pitfalls and keep your Canadian work journey on track. So, there you have it. The 6-month LMIA validity rule brings both challenges and opportunities. With the right strategies, you can stay ahead and keep your Canadian work plans on track. Timing and planning are everything with this shorter window, so make sure you're prepared, and don't hesitate to reach out to immigration professionals if you need guidance. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments if you have questions about LMIAs or other Canadian immigration topics. And don't forget to subscribe to Canada Chronicles and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on essential updates and tips for navigating Canadian immigration. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.